It's a great day in SimWorld, everybody. Good morning and welcome to SimWorld today. I'm B-Ron. Alongside me, as always, is my co-host Yells. It's Friday, man. Good morning. How you doing? It's Friday, man. Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
oh,
Look,
having technical difficulties with my mic there. It's Friday, sir.
hey.
We're ready to go.
Yes,
I look,
sir.
B-Ron, I've had every technical difficulty you can have over the past 2 days, and I'm through them now. And I'm telling, when I told you yesterday I was having a morning drink, when this show is over,
Yeah.
my brother, I am having some Bloody Marys followed by some Tito's and Sprite, followed by some dark liquor. I'm mixing it all up. I'm gonna be hammer
Man, you
time
going
by
out, going
12:30.
crazy.
Oh
You
yeah,
going crazy, huh?
oh yeah.
Man. Well, look, man, let's get in the show so you can enjoy the rest of your day, I guess. So, look, man, Trey Hyman and Arthur Lattimore seasons get ready to start here within the next couple of months, I'd imagine. But they are early contenders for Player of the Year. We do a lot of new faces that have joined SimWorld Prep. And can any of those newcomers come in and take that from them? Personally, that answer is a resounding yes because we have two of some of the top players in the world, yeah, high school players in the world joining SimWorld Prep this season. So in Dylan Harper and Cooper Flag.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, look, Trey Hyman, Arthur Lattimore, Jafet Towns, Bernard James, Xavier Pope. Some of these kids, um, as it stood, they were the clear consensus top five, top three guys in SimWorld
Yep.
Prep.
Yep.
To ask the question, can anyone dethrone them? I think it's hysterical. I think it's look. I'm not. I think it's asinine. Cooper Flag and Dylan Harper are already getting looked at by NBA scouts right now. They're- Chris Paul's at the game. LeBron James is at the game. Jason Tatum is at the game. They're well aware, and they're there with the hopes of recruiting these kids to the college of their preference, and already building
Right.
that relationship for the NBA. We got some
Hmm.
guys here in SimWorld Prep. No disrespect to SimWorld Prep, because you know I love SimWorld Prep. I
Of
have a
course.
deep affinity for a reason, right?
Yeah.
But SimWorld Prep is showcasing these kids' talent, and it's just now being able to be put on display. There's years, and I do mean years of research that's went into Cooper Flag and Dylan Harper. And I can tell you both of them. I wasn't, for me personally, when I first came across them in the past, I wasn't overly hyped. I was like, it's just another big name. And then I saw
Right.
their game, and I saw how refined it was. Top two, top three players in the league. Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper come in. They are the resounding. Um, they are the number one and number two people in the running for Player
Yeah.
of the Year, in my opinion. That's
Yeah.
all there is to it. I would
Yeah.
love to see Trey Hyman,
Agreed.
Arthur Lattimore, Jafet Towns. I think Jafet Towns has the closest kind of shot in to lean in and break that up. But Cooper Flag is going to get the reins to do what he needs to do. Dylan Harper is absolutely going to get the reins up in Indy, unless that
Yeah.
team falls apart. Um, and
Hopefully not.
outside of that, Jafet Towns, we've seen what he can put up point wise per game. So I think he's right there. Trey Hyman, he has about 74 other players he's going to have to share that rock with. But skill wise, he's that dude. Well rounded versatility, he's that dude. But is he going to be able to put up the numbers that say, hey, and the skill set, and are the scouts going to be at his game in the way they've been at a Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper? I don't know. Arthur Lattimore, great kid. He's going to be balling. He's a school. I
Yeah.
mean, he hoops. But I think there's a large gap between just how good Dylan Harper and Cooper Flag are, and the other kids that have been here in SimWorld Prep, and they may showcase it this year. Let me get it all out, be run. They may
Yeah.
showcase just how crazy their game is this season. They're gonna have some head-to-head matchups, and things change quickly in SimWorld. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things
Absolutely.
change quickly in SimWorld, so I think those things can change. But as of right now, um, there's been a broader microscope on Dylan Harper, Cooper Flag, and more experts having their opinion outside of kids and just SimWorld TV guys. And SimWorld TV, SimWorld Prep begins to grow in notoriety, then maybe it can stand up and make the argument. As of right now, the bigger microscope has been on those kids, and the consensus says they are the guys.
And that's just it, right? That's just it because we talk about the kids that are here in SimWorld. We know how good these kids are, but when you have other kids coming in from outside, who have a lot of that notoriety coming in already, naturally, because of that, they're gonna get more of that attention. If Cooper Flag and Dylan Harper were not here, I would say no. But because they're here, it's a resounding yes that these two kids can absolutely take the spot from Trey and Arthur and Jafet. And that's no disrespect to any of the kids that
Right.
are here in
No
Smallpark
disrespect.
already. And people can take what we say and frame it how they want to, whatever. But that's just the fact of the matter is that these kids, Cooper and Dylan, are, from everyone else's opinion, head and shoulders above. That's just what it is.
Hey, I
So
like how
yeah.
you frame that. We can get into some wrestling stuff. That's just a fact of life. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
so look, if you remember back in the day, anybody that follow y'all know I'm a wrestling head. B Ron is too. If y'all don't know,
Yeah.
a few guys SimWorld TV are. Back in the day, there was this little group of people in wrestling. Everyone knows what WWE, WWF is or whatever. But there was a little group called ECW. And Paul Heyman had almost a full head of hair and he wore a hat back then. And he
Yeah.
was walking around with this guy that looked like an absolute monster. But it's like, he's in ECW. He was walking around with this guy and it's like, hey, this guy is the next big thing. But he was in ECW. Came around to WWE, WWF at the time, I believe, and people were like, okay, maybe he's a monster in ECW, whatever that is, but he hasn't
Hmm.
done it here. He hasn't done it in the WWE in the big leagues. He's gonna have to show us. And
Right.
let me tell you what this guy named Brock Lesnar, what he did, he was exactly who the hell they thought he was. He came in, he murderized everyone, the Rock, Stone Cold, and he continued doing it all the way up until like last year when some BS happened. Yes, it's fake. Yeah, I don't want to ruin that for everybody, but look
Scripted.
here,
Scripted.
it's
There's a
Brock,
difference.
it's
Scripted.
Brock Lesnar, and the hype was for a reason. The hype with these guys is for a reason. You guys can y'all check the ego, man, because the ego may get checked for you on the court, and that's gonna be sad.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Absolutely will. Absolutely will. Look, man. From one hype spot to another one, is the media setting up Royce Anderson to fail? Look. All I'm gonna say is, what are we supposed to do as the media? Like, what are we supposed to do? How boring would it be if we were to sit here and say to all of you to say, "Oh, these kids are okay. They're all right, I guess."
Yeah, yeah,
Isn't that boring?
yeah.
That's so boring. So, like, in my opinion, we part of the media's job is to build hype, not just us here in SimWorld TV, but every form of media. That's what we're supposed to do: build hype, talk about things, that kind of stuff. So, like, whether we are setting him out to fail or not is indifferent to me because we're just doing our jobs. So, like, no.
Yeah, I don't think obviously the goal is not to set any of these kids up to fail. We want to see them succeed, right? But the
Right?
story
Yeah.
is in what they're going to get done and what they're not going to get done. Look, you guys go out and sell yourselves. These kids go out there and these coaches go out and sell. Hey, yeah, player Joe Blow averaged 2 points a game last season, but boy, you better watch out this season, right? That's what's said. Oh, he's gonna go
Yeah.
crazy, right? You do the
Hmm.
hype. Guess what?
It's
It's
the
the
same thing.
media's job to hype these kids up, and some of them they're gonna live up to the hype. That's what it's all about, right? When you see
It
a
makes it
Kobe
fun.
Bryant, we love the Kobe Bryants, LeBron James. Everyone knows, or not everyone. A lot of people know. I used to hate LeBron James because when he first came, I was like, God
That's fair.
damn, his high school games are on TV. He called himself the king on the sideline during the game, and that was my moment where I was done with him. But you know what he did? He lived up to the hype. Kobe
Yeah.
Bryant lived up to the hype. Magic
Hmm.
Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, they lived up to the hype. You guys have a problem with the media? Prove them wrong or prove them right. They called you the GOAT, show them that you actually are. They say that you're not, get out there and get it done. That's what you're supposed to do. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if we're setting him up to fail, but I know what we are doing is we're putting a spotlight on him. And if he steps up to it, guess what? Guess what? He's that guy.
Yeah, and this is my thing. I said it I think a couple days ago. We were talking about Cooper Flag and that kind of stuff too. If it was anybody else in that spot, you would want that kind of recognition. That's what you want personally. You want the media to talk about you in this kind of manner.
For
So
what's
like,
happening on the court. Yeah.
right, where having on the court, right? So like, I feel like that's a I can't think of the right word for it, but you want that kind of recognition from the media. Again, not just us here in Small Prep, but in Small TV, but anybody else for that matter. You want that. If it was you, you'd be like, yeah, this is me, you
I
know.
don't know. We live in
So
a different age, though. B. Ron. Some people. Hey, I saw really. I love the quotes. Here's a quote I saw. A lot of people nowadays they want the fame. They want the fame, and they're like, "Yo, if I get the fame, that's how I get rich." Do y'all know what the truth is? I tell my son this every day, every single day. You know why they're famous? Because they did the things to get rich. It don't go the other way. It don't work the other way around. You got to put in the work. You get great. You make a lot of money, and now you're famous. Not the other way around. I think some of these kids, they just want to be popular. You know what I'm saying? But the great
yeah,
ones, yeah,
yeah.
put the spotlight on me so I can show you I'm ready. Put it on my shoulders. I got it.
Yeah, that's fair. And look, I'm the kind of person who I'm not a look at me kind of person. Never was, but here I am on SimWorld TV talking to you guys. So like, I'm in the spotlight too.
Nice
But
sweater, by the
hey,
way. That's a nice
hey,
sweater.
thank you. I appreciate it. I look good, look good. But now look, we're here having a good time, and let's move on to our next topic, shall we?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Nice cloud there. What you got? Repeat watch. What you got, B. Ron?
So Beast of the East, we know they are coming in as
Hmm.
the to channel my my Paul Heyman here,
Uh-oh.
reigning, defending,
Yeah.
undisputed Race to One champions,
Hmm.
Beast of the East. So they have a lot of players returning from last season. Add a few pieces here and there. The craze is still going on for committing, so we'll see what kind of things they add to finish with the roster here. But can they repeat? And I feel like until it's proven wrong, we have to put them in that top spot and say yes. That's my personal opinion, though. I don't know about you.
I
That's
put
how
them in
I
the
feel.
conversation. I don't really see them. I have a hard time putting them above some of the other teams that made some crazy moves. I believe
Right.
in Coach Drayton. He did phenomenal things with the squad last year. I think he's
Yeah.
put together a cohesive unit that buys in. When I look at this team, they're solid from top to bottom. I see post work in Levin Cutler. I see a pickup he made here just recently, and maybe yesterday is with Tyree Moore. I see defense in Isaiah James, JoJo Kearney, and Leonidas. I see spark
Leonidas.
off the bench. I see playmaking and probably a big jump for KPJ and Kasim Porter.
Yeah.
I
hmm
see lots of things here, and oh man, Kyrie Brown may be a sleeper. People may have slept on this kid, but there's a baller right there. I see I see solidarity on the team. I don't see anything that jumps off the paper for me. I do think Levin Cutler is a top 10 player in SimWorld Prep and in all of prep basketball, but I don't see anything that jumps off the page. So, out of respect and out of what was accomplished last season, what he was able to achieve as a coach, and what these kids were able to get done playing team ball, I put them in the
Yeah.
conversation. But I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest, I don't see them actually getting it done.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Hey, look, we know Coach Drayton sometimes feels like Beats of the East don't get talked about, that kind of thing. But hey, look, here we are talking about you this morning, and you can use what Yell said as fuel or
You
whatever
already
you
know it.
want.
We're gonna be
You
on
know.
OTR. They
Uh,
gonna they gonna give us whatever, not the flowers. We're gonna get the other one. We're gonna be the joke of the week or something. We're gonna come with some new sounds for us. It's all good, man. Prove us wrong. That's what we're talking about. Prove us wrong.
they're gonna give it to you, not me. Hey,
Fair
look.
enough.
So we got look, man. Thursday's commitments. The craze is still going on. Today is Friday, so there's one more day. It's today, and then tomorrow it ends.
Hmm.
So last minute things are coming. Anything from yesterday that stood out to you in particular?
Two big ones. I think they are the two big ones that would stand out. AJ Blaylock is going to reconvene with Coach
Yeah, that was the
Lovelace
one.
out in Heartland, and I think that
That was
one's
mine
big.
too.
Not so much for what goes on the court. I think there's a stabilizing factor. If we had any concerns about all the egos, the personalities on that squad, it's at the Riot House. It gets crazy. There's gonna be some partying going on, and the ladies, oh, the ladies in the Ohio, yeah, in the Buckeye area. Anybody kind of bring that back to center? I think that's gonna be Mr. Blaylock, AJ Blaylock, gonna. I think he'll help him out, and he's shown some great improvement on the court. We've seen some
Yeah.
workouts, some pickup games. But de facto number one for me. De facto number one is Oliver West. Sometimes when you lose, you win. So yeah, he
Yeah,
has some visa issues. We're seeing a lot of that going on over there in the Orient, in the Far East, where there's visa issues. He's
yep.
not able to make his way to Oceania. But guess what? He's going to APAC. Him and Sun Chungu and a team that's already written. Don't forget they got Kai Newby and Victor Soto. APAC is, man, they're scary. They're my favorite in an international region by far. So that's the one that stuck up. Oliver West wins the day, and he wins the loss.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed there. I like that one. I also do like the move from SimWorld Atlantis to get the commit from Guido
Well, that's nice. Yeah,
Guido
Parmesan
Parmesini.
cheese, sir. Just say it.
Parmesini. I like that. I like that move as well. So I believe he had a brother, or there's another. I think it was the same last name. I thought
He
there was another
did.
one
I'm
like
not sure if he's still around, but yeah, Guido's skill. We saw some runs with him, and he's pretty athletic. He's sneaky,
that.
sneaky good in the paint, and kind of not just crafty, but kind of, hey, I'll go through you if I have to.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him play for SimWorld Atlanta, especially because I feel like that's one of those areas where, they I like Keontae, there, and they added Sean O'Reilly Jr. there, but I want to see another big kid come in and take another role there. So we'll see how that works out for them this season as well. So that's one that stood out to me. Besides, like you said, the AJ Blaylock one for stability, familiarity with Loveless, and that kind of stuff. As I knock all my pens over here, it's fine though. It's fine.
It's not on camera. We're good. We're good. Let's keep it
Yeah.
moving, B-Ron. Don't you
So
ruin it. Don't
yeah,
you ruin this for us,
yeah.
man. Don't you ruin this
No,
for us on a Friday.
I'm not. I'm not, man. I'm not. So look, fun thought Friday, maybe a little bit of story time for y'all.
Uh oh.
Uh, I love things like this. So, what's the funniest injury you have ever received, taken, whatever? If you want, I can tell my story first to give you time to go
Whatever
here.
you want to do, B-Ron. I got mine. I already know mine. It doesn't even take.
I
It
got
doesn't take a second.
I got you. So, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
All
first.
right,
Why
so
not?
it's not really funny. It wasn't funny to me. I can laugh about it now. I can laugh
Yeah.
about it now. So we got a little time, a little story. Let's see how quickly I can make this. Here in Houston, we had some floods some years ago. I don't know if it was hurricane or if it was Memorial Day floods. The rain will just
Mm,
sit in Houston, where it'll cause foot flooding. Sometimes it happens every few years. So moving from one spot to another. I moved to this spot, six story mid rise, but it had a 3 floor parking garage. So really, staying on the sixth floor was staying on the ninth floor. Hired the movers, 3-man crew. I wanted them to be done in about 3 hours, right? So I could get on with
right.
my business, so I can get organized. Hired the movers. They start moving everything. They make the first flight. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm leaving out the most important part. The floods happened and didn't realize until the day of move,
Uh
that
oh.
the flood flooded out the elevators.
Uh oh. Oh no.
So the
Uh.
movers, not me. Good thing I hired movers, right? Sorry
Yeah.
guys, y'all gonna have to move this stuff up 9 floors. So now I know it's not gonna happen in 3 hours, and it's gonna cost me a lot more. But
Yeah.
cool. They make their first trip up the 9 floors to get the first items in, and one of the 3-man crew falls out, lays out, asks for water, and say he can't do it anymore after the first trip. So
Ah.
then they start tending to this guy for a while, and the other one says, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this." And then the leader of their crew looks at me. He's like, "I don't know what to do." And I was like, "Y'all on the clock?" I was like, "I don't have time for this. I'm paying anyway. Do I need to help?" I help. And they call
Yeah.
another crew member, and one other guy comes. So the 3-man crew turns into a 2-man crew, but really a 3-man crew, including me. We're moving this
Yeah.
stuff up 9 floors, bro. I don't get down like that. I don't move stuff up 9 floors. I'm just saying I don't rock like that.
Absolutely
It's not
not.
my thing. Judge me if you want. So here's what happened. We move all that stuff up there. It takes 13 hours, be run. I paid for 13 hours of movers, and I had to help. I'm not even gonna get into that part, but here's what happened. The following day, I hooped for a long time, man. I balled, I played football, I did everything. The only injury I'd ever had that was really significant was I had broken my ankle,
Mm.
years back. I woke up the next morning after moving all this stuff, and I realized quickly what a growing injury was because I never thought
Oh
anything
no.
of it. And if y'all have never hurt your groin, hey, it's Friday morning. I'll be gentle on the FCC. There's a little band that wraps around like your pelvic area around to your ass around your back. So you would never know how much you move your pelvis. I could not do anything other than lay in an absolutely fixed position in the bed. I couldn't turn.
Oh my
I couldn't
goodness.
move to my side. Like anything, it felt like I was getting stabbed. So I
Uh.
tore my groin, and like you can't move it in any way, bro. Like anyway, like my baby had to bring the water to the beds. I bring the beverages and sit them up to my mouth and feed them to me. It was
Oh
crazy. She
my
thought I
goodness.
was
That's
joking.
awful.
Yeah, and it lasted for about 3 weeks, man. It was almost like I was paraplegic. It was terrible. But the embarrassing part is to have to explain to somebody something that you've laughed at in the past. Because I remember
Yeah.
being like, "Yo, this dude's sitting out with a growing injury." Oh, I had all kinds of ridiculous jokes. Oh, that hurts. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
come on, man, come hoop. But once it happened, I've
Mhm.
never felt pain like that in my life ever.
Yeah.
And it was
Man,
embarrassing
that's
too.
awful.
And I'm sorry, last thing, when you're recovering,
Yeah.
because I was laying up for like 3 weeks and I finally wanted to move around. When you
Mhm.
finally start moving around, your walk still isn't normal. And I'm not gonna tell you what that
Uh.
walk looks like, but it doesn't look pleasant. And people can have lots of opinions on what happened if they see how you're walking. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was rough.
I get that. I get
So,
that for sure. Oh man. So mine. I man. I was maybe like 10, 11 years old or whatever, maybe. And where I lived at the time, we had some tennis courts that were we had to walk through the woods to get down to these tennis courts. And we were down there, we were just hanging out, and one of the older kids at the time was like, "Hey, I bet you $10 you can't jump over this tennis net here." Tennis net? Yeah, sure, easy. I got this.
$10.
Got
Let's
yeah,
get it.
$10, sure, I got you. Whatever, cool. So I get myself ready to go. I run, I jump. My first foot goes over, second foot clips the top of the net, and I roll. And again, it's a tennis court, so it's hard. It's um that hard like concrete.
Yeah.
So it's a tennis. So when I fall, I spill, land on my elbow, elbows all busted up and everything. Nothing was broken, luckily, but I have a nice little little bruise where that is. And to this day, I'm still like, he gave me the money anyway.
So you did not execute the bet he paid you out of pity, B
Did
Ron.
not, but I did not. But I made such a fool of myself because I clipped the top of the net that he was like, you know what? Here, A for effort, man. So that's
Hey, that's not embarrassing.
that's
You
all.
got paid. At
Yeah,
least you got paid, man.
yeah, sure did. But look, we had a fun time today. I hope you all did as well. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it, y'all. Why don't you take care of the outro for Friday, and we'll see y'all Monday. Yeah.
Hey, man, it's been a great week. Shout out to everybody that tuned in live with us. Coach Skinny. Shout out to Kai Killens, AJ Blaylock. You guys joining us early in the morning. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you guys this season. Shout out to all the other pods. Stay tuned. Marsh Pod coming up a little later today. Blazing Takes, the hottest #2 show on SimWorld TV, coming on later today. You got Around the Table coming up this weekend. Man, y'all ain't tuning
OTR.
in to Dirty Shorts and Talking Dirty. I want to see more comments on there. I want to see more comments on Maestro's stories. He's the most interesting man in SimWorld. Y'all get in there and drop him some lines, some bars. Y'all listen to those stories. Listen to that good old porn music he got running before and after the show. Shout out
That's crazy.
OTR. Those guys are getting it in. And head on over to TikTok at SimWorld 4K. We got a video trailer that's running there. It's a teaser. Right now I think we're at about 30,000 views. We're trying to get to 40,000. I need every single
Like it
person
up.
on
Leave a
SimWorld in
comment.
SimWorld Sports to hop in the comment and give your experience. Speak on it. We got 100 and something of you guys that are VUs. We need 100 and something comments, and then go ahead and share it. We're trying to spread the word and get more people involved. So all that to say, B-Ron, I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone involved with SimWorld, and It's Friday. Have a great weekend. But while you're doing that, see the game, be the game.
We'll see you Monday.